Boogie, drop that beat.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Talking Out Loud with Miss Talkative. Everything I say is my own opinion, alleged, and strictly entertainment purposes. Remember, I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe. Comment on the video, let me know what you think. Now, y'all, I absolutely love the Fletchers' realness on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I believe that they balance each other out. Chris, he's kind of laid back, easygoing, step in only when he has to. Nell, she's like a hands-on, full attack mode. And I believe that they just balance each other out. And the scene between Nell and Chris, speaking about Chris Jr., I understood both sides. There's no right or wrong. There's no, you were wrong, I was right, I told you so's or anything like that involved. So I really love the conversation. Nell had stated that she was just trying to hold him accountable, and I do believe it. I do believe she was trying to hold him accountable because she admitted that they spoiled Chris and their kids while they was growing up, and that they didn't help his situation by buying him all the souped up cars and stuff, and probably anything else he probably was asking for. So they admitted to Carlos that they, like most parents, wanted to give their kids what they didn't have growing up, and they made sure that their kids had a better life than what they were used to, because they probably, in my opinion, they probably could afford it. And looking back, they just didn't want their kids to struggle like they did. So they thought probably if they gave what they thought they were missing to their kids, that they didn't have to worry about anything else, until they realized that their kids, or shall I say Chris, was only reaping the benefits, and he wasn't using their help to get ahead in life or stay out of trouble. And it's like he used their help and their gifts and things as basically a self-destruction, and to cope with his downfalls of his life. So when Nell was saying that Chris Jr. is mad at his own life, I can actually understand as a mother, because what mother wants their kids to become enabled and continuously be in their feelings if they don't get their way? And it's like, there's no reason, when we've given you so much access and we've given you so much, giving you a hand up where you didn't have to start at the bottom. It's like, what are we missing? What didn't you get that you're missing? And it's like, so when they decide to step back and try to make you grow up and be a man, now you have an issue, and you start to think about the ways that you've messed up your own life because you didn't handle things that you were giving. You didn't handle it well. And it's like, instead of taking it as a hand up, he used it as like a crutch. I'm sorry. And instead of saying, okay, I don't have to start at the bottom, like my parents have said that they've had to struggle growing up. I don't have that. And so he probably thought that his parents were going to back him forever, which they're still backing him. It's just that they're backing him to be a man instead of be an enabler or a dependent of theirs, because he's grown now. So she probably recognized that it's time for him to stand on his own, grow up, and stop running to them every time he has an issue. And I'm so glad that I'm glad and thankful that Chris Sr. had a heart-to-heart with Chris Jr., which was a one-on-one to find out exactly what the issue was with him. And instead of bashing him, he asked if he can get him some help, which, most men, I'm going to just be honest, most men would be like, you better man up and, stop, trying to be so hard on yourself. It's not like that. And, or they'll be like, you grown and stuff like that. And they'll be cursing the child out, cursing their son out. So to see how Chris handled this and with such positive, it was like really heartwarming. So, he didn't, like I said, he didn't bash him or anything. And so when he went to Nell with the information, and he knows the situation between Nell and his son, he already knew how to handle the situation. He allowed Nell to speak her piece. And when he told her, the whole gist of what could be bothering their son, because this is only what Chris told his dad. And he probably only told him a part of it or half of it or something, but he probably didn't get all of it out. Because he was on camera, and two, and he probably did say more, but it was edited. They only allowed us to hear so much, but I'm thankful for the part that we were able to hear. And I feel as though that when Nell, she spoke on it, that once he fully told her exactly what was going on, I was happy to hear that, Nell backed down and was like, it was never about the money, because actually they have money. Well, we assume that they have money, this Love and Marriage Transfer, but I think the Fletchers are the real deal. But anyway, because like she said, it was never about the money. She just wanted him to grow up and, and be held accountable, which any adult should be. They should be able to be held accountable for their actions and when they're wrong, and be able to accept when they're being told that they were wrong. I mean, because going to jail, that was not his parents' fault. That wasn't his parents' doing. So they could have said, no, I'm not coming to get you. They could have let the pound come, animal control come and get his dogs. They did not have to spend out thousands of dollars to get him out of jail and to care for his dogs. If it wasn't for them, well, I'm assuming Nell, because Nell is the one that's holding the dogs hostage. But if it wasn't for Nell, the dogs, he wouldn't even be able to see the dogs, because if animal control came and took custody of the dogs, then the dogs would be gone. So I feel like that in itself should be worth an apology, I'm sorry, or of some sort. So I understand wholeheartedly what Nell was saying to him, and only thing he could say is, I want my dogs back. I want my dogs back. But he's not thinking about anything about what she went through trying to take care of the dogs. The dogs had to be cared for. The dogs had to eat every day. The dogs had to be bathed and cleaned. And, she cleaning up after the dogs, whether she did it or had someone else to do it, it still had to be done. So, I feel as though that Nell was within her right to fuss at him about it and to try to hold him accountable. But in the end, I'm glad that Nell and Chris was able to come together and say, yes, he needs some help. Let's go ahead on and get some help. Nell said she wasn't going to bring up the money issue anymore, and she would stand by Chris Jr. and Chris Sr. to make sure Chris got the help that he needed. And I just hope that Chris takes the help seriously and come to understand that his family really only want the best for him. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm taking from this. And that's why they gave him in the beginning exactly, probably what he wanted. And then not too long ago, they decided to hold back because it wasn't doing him any good, and he wasn't learning, or he wasn't moving the way that he should be moving. So they decided, nope, you're cut off, you're not getting it. You don't have the same access that you used to have. So now I'm closing my purse, I'm closing the bank account, and now you're going to stand on your own. So like I say, I'm loving this family. I'm loving their realness. I hope that Chris Jr. can get the help that he needs to come out of the depression that he seems to be falling in. And the Fletchers being genuine, I really thank them, because I mean, a lot of people can resonate to their issues. It's like they're not pulling straws, throwing things up against the wall, trying to see if they will stick. It's like they're just genuine people, and their issues are coming from a pure place. There is their purity within itself. And I'm just going to say, way to go, Fletchers. And that's just my opinion. I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video. Let me know what you think.